Hello, folks. Welcome to Chateau de Garland, uh, the studio of. So here we are. So tonight we're going to be talking about a little bit about money again. This episode is the pressure of inflation. So how many of you know that inflation is a real thing, and it is causing some pressure? So here we are. We'll get started. I was going to try to look up something, prep for the show and all that stuff. I kind of lost train of thought, so I'm going to try to do this quickly. Uh, and I was thinking about the inflation rates back in the 80s, and I was trying to remember exactly what they were. Of course, I'm a product of the 80s. 1981, baby, here I am. So it was 13.5% in 1980. And so, you know, if that was just, that's just a quick search according to the Google. So I don't know. I have heard some people, like some businessmen, that have actually made comment of that, saying that the inflation rate of the 80s was actually around like 17 and a half, almost 18%. And you got to think of everything that's going on now and inflation. You know, the reporting right now that it's like 8%, but in my home we feel the stress of about 50%. And like,
According to Google, it's currently the highest since 1981.
Okay, and what is it?
8 point.
See, they're saying like 8.5%.
It's way more than that. It's gotta be.
I'm pretty sure that is really, really being modest.
1981 was 7.9%.
Yeah. So you listen to some businessmen, and they'll tell you that the crunch was pretty bad in the 80s, and now I feel the crunch. You know, I mean, I feel it for sure. So what just happened to our budget, right, folks? So we just talked about this a couple of weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how to make a budget and how to kind of stick to it. But what just happened to our budget? What do we do? The budget changes every week now because gas prices keep going up. They came down for a minute and now they're up. And so we're looking at how we make these adjustments. Like, you know, the check coming in doesn't necessarily change. My bottom line is my bottom line. I can't tell my wife that she can only eat 30% of her meals this week, right?
I might get angry.
I can't tell my kids, hey, y'all got to back off, or it's not necessarily fair that I make my 15-year-old go get a job and then tell him, all right, buddy, here's responsibility time. You gotta pay for groceries.
No.
I am raising him. His money that he makes should go into savings to prepare him for a better future than I had. So as the parent, I need to work this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're all looking for how we can ease the pain and how we can stretch our dollar as much as possible. So tonight, that's what we're going to talk about. Just what we can do. What are some options on watching our money and how we adjust our budget? Because, man, Tiffany and I had a conversation just recently that we used to be able to set a budget and it would last us for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't really make any unnecessary changes. We would stick to a budget for at least 6 months before we try to make any changes, and try to put some money in savings, try to take care of some things, get some bills knocked out of the way, and then maybe reestablish the budget again, right?
Right.
But now it's not necessarily that you can hold to your budget weekly. Now your budget has to go daily. Like, look at the acceleration of how things change.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Remember when we were kids, how things stayed the same for so long?
Mm-hmm.
And so nothing really changed, and nothing was that big of a deal. I'm gonna turn my phone on do not disturb so they quit buzzing me. So I want to spend my time with you guys, and I want to be able to focus on this show instead of my phone trying to chirp and buzz in my ear, right? And so I put it on do not disturb, and it still keeps going. Thanks. But anyway, so what are some options on watching your money? So
we should talk about gas first.
oh yeah, gas, like gas from like our dinner.
I mean, if that's what you want to talk about. I'm thinking more gas in your vehicle.
There we go.
No,
all right.
If you could run your vehicle on gas from your dinner, we'd be set.
We'd stock up in some beans and magical fruit.
Right.
So what are some ways at watching our money? And Tiffany mentioned gas. So what happens? The gas prices keep going up, and you have to take a 15-year-old to work because he's out of school, but he's still only 15 and not legal to drive. So what do you have to do when his schedule is all over the place and he's working 40 hours a week now?
Right. So I just strategically plan my trips.
Right. And how does that benefit you to plan your trip?
Well, if there's anything else I need to do in town at that time, then we just knock it out when I drop him off at work. Because normally he can bum a ride home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really only taking him to work. But if there's a bill I have to pay in town, or need to go to Walmart, or Jesus, if I need to go to Walmart, then we just go ahead and knock that out while I'm there.
Mm-hmm. So planning your trips out and combining multiple trips into one will save you some gas, and it'll save you some time. We're used to we've had it so good for so long that we're used to just being able to just jump in the vehicle and just take off. And then you get all the way to town, you get all the way back home. And we live almost 15 minutes from the city of Covington. So being on the outskirts and driving from another town into, we're still considered Covington, but we're on the edge of Covington, and 15 minutes now is not that great when you're trying to deal with the gas prices. So you're feeling the pain at the pump, but then if you can't combine your trips and minimize those, then you're gonna constantly be shelling out more and more money. So reduce the trips, make a plan, and stick to the plan. Right.
Yep.
So we have been very impulsive in everything that we've done.
Yep.
Right. So that kind of opens up the opportunity for, okay, well, what about grocery shopping? What is the biggest problem with grocery shopping in the store?
Well, one, you go in hungry and you buy way too much.
Okay. And what else?
And then two, you impulse buy.
Because
they put stuff there that you don't need, but then you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I do need this.
So the marketing technique of the store is to put things on display that catch your eye.
Yeah.
Catch your eye coming in the door. And, it's almost like they want you to go through every single aisle.
Yeah, because they're constantly moving stuff.
Yes.
Gosh.
So they will every day change the location of something.
Yeah.
So you're like, wait a minute, it used to be on this aisle. Where is it? Well, then you have to circle 2 or 3 aisles to come out. Oh, they got it on a big display right here in the front. And they're telling me that it's on sale when really it's not. It's just for sale. Right? Because nothing is on sale anymore. So then you think, oh, well, I think this is a good deal. And you don't pay attention to what's in the cart already. Right?
Right.
So you think, okay, well, these are on sale. And I'm used to just buying 1 or 2 to make it through a couple weeks, or maybe in our house, just maybe 1 week. And then you think, well, okay, I'll grab 2 or 3 this time. So the impulse buy, because something's caught your eye, really, really starts to rack up. So make a list. If you're going to shop in the store,
Make a list.
make a list.
Stick to it.
Yes. Stay away from the unnecessary aisles.
Yep.
Go around the outside edges of the grocery store. If you start going up and down each and every aisle, you start impulse buying. You think, oh, well, yeah, I need that. It wasn't on the list.
Plus, a side note is up and down each and every aisle is all the processed stuff that you don't need to eat anyways. That's another subject for another day.
Right. Right. So you make a plan and stick to it. So if it wasn't on your list, then maybe it wasn't that important. Right? Maybe it can wait. Maybe instead of buying 2 bags of chips or 2 bags of cookies, then I think we can all agree that we can drop a little bit of sugar out of our diet.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We can drop some processed stuff out of our diet. I would encourage you to, even if you don't have a whole lot of time, grow something at home.
Yeah.
You know, begin to make a small garden. It's not too late to plant things.
Right.
And network with your neighbors. You know, we don't want these big stores taking all our money and shipping it off everywhere else.
Also, it does cost a little extra, but for fresh produce, which is healthier for you, it keeps you from going to Walmart as well. We have Robin Bob's now that's open.
Out in Gift,
yeah,
the big old hopping town of Gift.
Which is a little extra gas money, but it's so much better for you.
It's not processed. It's not heavily chemically treated and all these things. You got Robin Bob's. The farmer's market is about to open up. So you have people that are local and they'll have all kinds of stuff. So there's a lady every year that I wasn't really big on the idea, but there's a lady at the farmer's market that sells zucchini bread.
Oh, it is heaven in your mouth, I promise.
Man, I love like banana nut bread and things like that, but zucchini bread, I was a little skeptical at first and I kind of turned my nose up at it, but when I tried it, it was very good. So there are local things, local made products that you can buy, keep your money local, and benefit your town and your community.
Yep. And if you must go to Walmart or Kroger or any of those dreadful stores, they do, you can order online and pick up. So that saves you just going in the store and impulse buying. It helps. Now, it is kind of inconvenient at times because they're like, oh, this is out of stock when they don't want to look for it and it's on the shelf. That's a little bit annoying. But
we've run into that a lot. Yeah. So without chasing a rabbit here, but you can do their online shopping and do their pickup, but 50% of the stuff that you put on the list, they say is out of stock, and you can walk right into the store and find 4 or 5 of them on the shelf.
Also, it takes a little bit of effort, but you can compare prices between like Amazon. We have Sam's Club membership. Mm-hmm. So between Amazon, Walmart, Sam's Club, and compare prices. I mean, every dollar counts.
Yes, every single dollar that you save helps. And so also, you know, there's you got to find a balance. You got to find a little bit of a trade-off. So we want to reduce our trips and we don't want to spend unnecessary money. But if you think about it, when you look at the produce that's in the stores, then you don't know where it really comes from. They might tell you that it comes local, but how do you know that for sure? And the tomatoes, they're not the same. You can tell they've been gassed.
Oh yeah.
You'll cut into a red tomato and it'll be green inside. So there's a little bit of a trade-off. You know, you want to keep your money local. You want to be mindful of what you're spending. But also, if you're going to do the grocery store pickup, then you get your little cart total up in the corner, or you can from time to time say, well, I want this, 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 and this. And you can go through your list. And then when you look at your total, you think, wait,
right?
Maybe I can put something back.
But even if you want to do that, you don't want to actually go pick it up because they halfway do their job. You can still do put the stuff in your cart, like say at Walmart or Kroger. You can still put the stuff in your cart for pickup and then go through the store. And as you get that item, you delete it out of your cart. That way you know what you're spending.
Mhm.
Or you could just use your calculator in the store, which is a lot more effort to me. But
Right.
either way, whatever.
So, all right. So we can kind of change gears a little bit here.
Okay.
We've made it through the gas prices. We've made it through some grocery store options. But what about our entertainment? Because we are spoiled
Yeah, so spoiled.
with having to be entertained all the time.
Yeah,
right?
and we kind of like got sucked into it last year.
Yep, we did.
We did a lot. Like we traveled a lot. We did concerts. We did
Yeah.
a lot of. Now I look back, it was fun. It was great experiences, but
Our kids will remember it. So we did spend quality time with our kids. We did do some things that they haven't done.
yeah,
We went on multiple camping trips to different places. We went canoeing and kayaking. We went to
the mountains, the
the
beach.
mountains, the beach. We went to a concert, and we took our kids in every situation.
Yeah.
So they're going to remember those things, but we don't want to stay spoiled in those. You know, we had the opportunity, and we plan to go to those places. And we look back on it, and then we think, yeah, we could have done without some of those things, or we could have shortened a trip. But it's over and done with. We can't live in the past.
So that's why in January we rethought this
Right.
year. So we're still doing the unnecessary spending.
There you go.
Don't spend unnecessary money. I don't even know.
So our entertainment.
Has
So
changed.
how do we just keep from being so bored and locked up in a
Oh my
house?
gosh.
Right?
Don't watch TV.
Right. And you want to be depressed, just turn the TV on. Right? If you want people telling you that everything is doom and gloom and the sky is falling, just watch the news. And if you want to think the worst about every day, then watch the news and the weather. Right?
Yeah.
So my biggest thing, I'll just tell you this, my biggest thing on the weather is forget those folks, because half the time, or more than half the time, they're wrong. So open the door, stick your head outside and go, yep, I got a 50-50 chance today. It's either going to rain or it's not. I've worked outside enough that I have almost become better of a weatherman than the people that we listen
That's a
to.
rabbit trail.
So anyway, but the entertainment, this is entertainment, right?
I think so.
You and I are entertainment. Some people might not think so, but I believe we're entertaining.
I love us.
So, what are some ways that we can change the way we look at entertainment? What are some options that we have to be entertained?
Well, I mean, you can go outside, have a bonfire.
Wait, what? Outside?
Yes. Have a bonfire that costs like no money.
In the summertime, there's mosquitoes and heat.
They make bug spray.
Right.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
That's right.
Gosh.
So, like, there are so many options of doing things. We are very big into outdoors. We love doing stuff outside. Bonfires and Spotlight.
Yes, Spotlight is a family favorite.
When is the last time you sucked it up, put on some dark colored or camouflage clothes, and hit the woods or played in the dark and played hide and go seek?
I would
with
advise that more. That's more of a fall game because I'm scared of snakes.
Right. Yeah, we live near some densely populated woods when it comes to snakes and chiggers.
But it is so fun.
Yeah.
And all the family loves it,
So,
no matter what age.
Early spring and in the fall, most of the time kind of late fall, early winter, we have a ridiculous amount of fun time.
But if you're not outdoorsy, board games. Oh shoot,
Cards.
we did cards. Yeah, we did the glow party.
Yeah, we did a glow party.
You can buy like hundreds and hundreds of glow sticks on
cheap.
Amazon, super cheap. And so we just taped them all to ourselves, turned the lights out, and
Cranked up the jams.
they danced.
And went to
I
dancing.
kind of just stood there.
Tiffany just kind of, you could just see this little glowing movement just kind of moving side to side. And I got a little too much rhythm right now. So Tiffany was just like,
whatever. It's
offbeat.
not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, kind of.
But we had a great time. We cranked the music up as loud as it would go and kept the lights off, so you couldn't really see the full movement. If the kids had no rhythm, fine. They were moving and they had a blast.
Yeah.
We had balloons that had the little light up piece inside. So they were kicking balloons around and had glow sticks all over them. They made glasses and hats out of glow sticks.
Yeah.
And it was very cheap.
Yeah.
So we had a blast, and we have some great pictures and great memories of that.
Oh yeah.
And you, with cards, you can play spoons.
Spoons.
Now be careful.
Yes.
There's a warning that comes with spoons. You could break your table, or you could hurt somebody. We get a little wild when we play spoons. Like, just look at play hide and go seek in the house with the kids.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off. Give them a little flashlight. These little bitty flashlights that you get like 10 of them for $2 or $3.
Yeah. Maybe
$5 now in the camping section, or just order them on Amazon. So there are cheap options instead of spending $1,000 on a weekend.
And in reality, they're going to remember the little stuff more.
Yes. They'll remember the time that you spend with them most of all.
Yeah.
And they'll remember Dad was crazy and, hid underneath the kitchen sink or something,
In a pile of stuffed animals.
In a pile of stuffed animals. Remember when, so years ago, we had a kid that was coming to our house all the time, and he kind of lived with us for a little bit. And so we were playing hide and go seek in the house, and my son could not find him anywhere. He looked everywhere. And then all of a sudden, Jacob comes in through the kitchen, and the sprayer in the sink starts raising up and nobody's around it, and then sucks back down. Yeah. And he was like, what? And so he goes over there, and about that time, it goes up again, comes back down, click, 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 real fast. So Jacob, just being curious, instead of being freaked out, goes over and opens the cabinet and finds this kid crammed in under the sink. Was playing with the hose on the sprayer. So my kids remember those times. They remember us playing chase in the hall. We had a tricycle and a little John Deere Gator, and we played demolition derby in the hallway so many times. And those are the things that didn't cost us hardly anything at all but our time. And our kids remember those things. Also,
another side note, like I meant to mention with groceries, but y'all cook at home. Eat at home.
Come on.
Stop eating out, because you're going to save gas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to save that stupid money. I mean, if we go out and eat, even if we all eat cheap and share meals, it's a minimum of $60 to eat out. Well, we could cook a meal at home. We could cook like at least 2 meals at home.
So
that much.
We do plan to have a date night, and not all the time does it necessarily involve us riding around or going to a really nice restaurant or anything like that. Sometimes it's just like taking a walk, just getting away from the kids for a few minutes, and just having some time, some one-on-one to be able to have adult conversation without Mom, Dad, or we have one child that is very, very nosy.
Yes, she is.
And loves to hear our conversations. But when you talk to her directly, she can't hear a word you're saying. Yep. So there are plenty of options out there for saving money. And, being frugal is good for a season. You want to be able to plan to have a good time, but not go overboard with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So we're not saying that you have to shut the world down and be hermits.
Although if you try it for a little bit, it's kind of
you
cool.
might enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we do need to make an announcement before we wrap this show up. We are going to be doing a giveaway. So that's going to be coming in June. So we're going to do what we want to call either a parents' night out or a date night. So if you're not a parent, you're still eligible for this. So we have a few rules, and we'll take you through what we've got going on. We're not going to give full details yet, but to enter, you have to like and comment in the show. And so if you're watching on the replay, then it still counts to like and comment because we'll see those. But the comment has to be the name of the couple that needs a parents' night out or needs a date night.
Unless it's you. Even if it's you, you just be like, hey, me.
Right. So we want to do this to benefit a couple. And we want to give you a parents' night out or date night. So this will be on us. All right. So even if it's for you and yours, just comment me and mine or the names of the young couple or old couple that doesn't go anywhere, that we want to be able to do this for you. So if you watch the show, like the page, and comment in the comment section so that we know whose names to put in the hat. All right. And then we're going to announce the place on June the 12th. So we have 5 shows until the drawing, and we will announce the place on June the 12th, and then we will make the drawing live on June the 26th. All right. Mm-hmm. So like and comment. This is what we need from you so that we know you're watching. We know who to put in the drawing. So you have the chance for multiple entries.
Yeah, so there's at least 5 until we announce. So
right. So each show will put you in another time.
Each show that you like and comment.
Right.
Yes, we'll put you in for another time.
So that way it's all fair. We'll put the names in a hat and we will draw it live on the show live so that you know we haven't said, no, I don't like this person. They're not eligible. Or no, I don't like that person. So it will be legit. We will draw the name out and we will announce it on the show June the 26th. All right. So get those likes, get those comments in, and enter your friends, enter your grandparents. We would love to send them on a date night. What else? You got any questions for me?
No.
Okay. All right. So, folks, we thank y'all for watching. We thank you for liking. We thank you for commenting. We thank you for the little hearts that you send. And remember, if you know somebody that's struggling, needs some help, as we mentioned in the last episode, somebody that needs any kind of help financially, we can get some information to you, as well as marriage counseling. Send that to us, not on the show, not on the page, because we don't want everybody's business out there. We want you to send that to our email. That is So Here We Are Live, all one word and no commas or anything like that. So Here We Are Live, excuse me, at outlook.com. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your week. We hope you have a blessed week and a blessed evening. Y'all have a great night. We love you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.